करना चाहते हो?
We're live.
Okay, so here we go. Lord's Cricket Ground behind us. Trisha is laughing because she's been made to wear a blazer which is red and 31 degrees centigrade. It's really hot here in London. First thing in the morning, you come out of your apartment, your hotel, and you feel,
The
this is this
heat.
central London.
You don't have to come out of your apartment to feel the heat, by
It's
the way.
actually inside more hot.
It's hot.
It's hot, and hopefully this will be a crackjack test match which will add to the heat. India versus England, Lords, a part of the cultural agenda, cultural calendar of London, of the United Kingdom. If you come here, nothing. Somebody's writing something. Whatever, I did
No
not
idea.
know
Yeah.
what was being written. But behind us, if you can see, is the Grace Gate. This is where all of the members, all of the VIPs will enter through. Deep Das Gupta walking fast. That's a good morning jog, my friend. That's a good morning jog. Deep. That's a good morning jog. I like it. I like it. बोले जाओ किसी बोले जाओ come on, come on, बोले जाओ so your anticipation quickly win toss do what
India win toss, bat first. England win toss, God knows.
you give India a chance, big chance.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So there's Deep Das Gupta, already pretty late, has got a backpack and a suit. He can't wear it, it's that hot. This is unbelievable in India.
Not while jogging like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally rushing. And imagine, Ravi Shastri was paying the cab. Trisha has put out the video. Imagine that.
I mean,
Describe that.
we're just standing here, and we were surprised like this in Leeds. We were surprised like this in Edgbaston as well. We were seeing that a cab pulls up here, and this is a VVIP
Ordinary
entrance.
black cab.
An ordinary, like the one this one.
Yeah.
Like the one here. A cab pulls up, and you know, we're just chatting, and suddenly we see that Ravi Shastri is getting off of that cab. First of all, it's unusual enough or strange enough that a Ravi Shastri is coming to Lords in a cab. Not only that, he gets down and then he has to pay the cab driver. Obviously, he has to, but it's just an unusual sight to see here.
It is. I agree what you're saying.
In India, there would probably be one escort police car in front of him. There would be 5 security people, fans yelling, people asking for pictures. So it's definitely an unusual sight.
Yeah, and that's how it is. This is Lords. I mean, nobody will care who you are, whoever VIP. And if today, first day at the Lords Cricket Ground, you will see every possible VIP of every standard and stature here because you want to be visible.
I think the story that Trisha told about Stuart Broad was a good one.
Trisha, why don't you come and say that story?
Yeah,
You
might
guys
as
need
well
to hear this.
use show off my suit. But yeah, we were standing at Edgbaston waiting for the team arrival, and from the media gate, Stuart Broad and Mark Butcher were trying to get inside, and the security stopped them and said, you can't enter through this gate because this is just media gate and the players arrival gate. So Stuart Broad showed his accreditation because he's doing the commentary, and the security said, no sir, you have to go through the other gate, which is the commentators gate. So the other security said something that you cannot imagine anybody saying to the Indian cricketers in India. He said very nicely, Stewie, your playing days are over. You cannot enter through this gate. You're a commentator. You will enter through the other gate. Can't imagine a Sachin Tendulkar, a Virat Kohli, a Rohit
Never.
Sharma being said anything of this sort,
They can
at all.
enter through wherever they
Yeah,
want.
I think, and
stadiums.
Rohan said something very nice after that. He said, it's not like they're stopping Dinesh Karthik or Ravi Shastri alone. They're stopping Stuart Broad and Mark Butcher
Yes,
as well.
it's not just
Shows the equality and makes you feel good, actually.
And we've constantly spoken about this, that even that was Leeds, I think, even in Leeds, because the main gate, what side was that? Kirkstall Lane, the Kirkstall Lane gate, the people would also enter from there, and so would all the media persons and the commentators, broadcasters, players, not play as in former players, and they would just roam about in the middle of the crowd like it meant nothing. But today, it's about Lords, not about Leeds or Edgbaston. It's about Lords. We're in front of the WG Grace Gate.
Wait. Where is it? Where is it?
What are we looking for?
I have to hold this. I have to show.
He has to show Trisha something, and I've been left here alone. But quite an interesting day here. We're all fresh, we're all ready, and I'm still not sure what they are looking for. Oh, by the way, do you see those little tents behind me? That's the Lord's Tavern, the famous Lord's Tavern. It's a pub, I think. I've not been there yet. It's not open yet. But maybe if we get a chance after the match, we will possibly go there. But anyway, tell us about the history of the Lord's Tavern.
Yeah, but I was actually trying to look for Father Time, which is so significant, and that's what I was wanting to show Trisha. You come to the Grace Gate, and the first thing you notice, of course, is the Thomas Lord Suite next door and the tavern. The tavern serves outstanding dark chocolate mousse.
Oh,
If you have dark chocolate mousse at the tavern, Debashish actually told me they're also serving chicken tandoori. That I don't know. I've not had chicken tandoori at the tavern. Debashish has had. England team has arrived, by the way. England team has arrived, and the team arrivals are right up there on the right, next to the bus stop. Is gate number 6, which is not accessible to the public or to the members. That's where the teams come. So the teams come from the other side. The media enters from the Rachel Hayhoe Flint gate. The North Gate, which is the Wellington Hospital side, from where we were entering a couple of days back or yesterday also. That gate is now reserved for services and everyone. This one, largely VIPs and members. So MCC members, and you will see a lot of people in yellow and orange ties. Gargi asked me about the tavern, part of Lords. You will see as the day progresses, people will take up the tavern, and just inside, a lot of people with their glass of champagne leading into that ground where the Thomas Lord roller is. There are benches placed everywhere. So you will see during the lunch break, during the tea break, people having their glass of champagne or Pimm's or whatever it is, and their lunch.
this is probably the Indian team bus.
This could be either the England bus or the India bus. That's the one that you just saw behind us. And St. John's Wood, none of these buses, the bus will be parked there in front of the East Gate. See where it's getting parked? That's the media gate. That's where the bus will be parked. Because parking here, whoever you are, whatever team, the residents will not allow it. And they are very clear about it. This bus, had it been, India, think
could have
about it
parked anywhere.
in the middle of the road and said, come on, Indian team.
Yeah,
and everybody would have said
absolutely.
nothing. But here it's St. John's Wood. None of that stuff will be allowed. It will have to go and park in front of the East Gate. But Lords, this Lord's Tavern, part of history, part of culture. Again, the photograph of Thomas Lord. Now, who's Thomas Lord? Curator, used to make cricket grounds. 1814 brought this ground here to Lords. Originally, Lords was about 5-7 minutes away from here. This was this ground. Though the MCC goes back to 1787, Lords goes back to 1814. This particular ground, 1814, Thomas Lords. But unbelievable aura. Unbelievable aura. The MCC, one of the most elite cricket clubs in the world. Sunil Gavaskar will tell you, by the way, Sunny Bhai, once again, a happy birthday. And he will tell you, it's not a great stadium, but yeah, Sunil Gavaskar will tell you this is a very ordinary stadium. If you should ask Sunny Bhai, when you see him again in the balcony or somewhere, that Sunny Bhai Boria was saying that you say this is a very ordinary stadium, and he will repeat that. He'll say, tum log zyada karte ho, but there is an aura. Whatever anybody says, this stadium has a. I hope you will kind of agree with that. That there is a Lord's aura.
I think we spoke about this yesterday. No, today morning, the video that went, and it hadn't sunk in yet. But you know what? It starts sinking in when the crowds start coming in. I think that's what it was missing in the past couple of days. When you see the crowd, when you see the glasses of beer, and people having fun, people dressed in costumes. Although I don't expect a lot of people dressed in costumes here. It's very prim and proper.
Stands, yes, but not in the members. No chance.
Of course, no chance. But a very dignified.
See the gentleman here who will get off the car again. MCC member.
And he's wearing an MCC belt.
All of them
How
will.
cute.
This is the time to show off.
Yes.
That you're an MCC member, and the wait time is 20 years.
To get
the membership.
Oh wow!
It's 20 years.
So you might just not be alive by the time it comes.
No, you should apply now, and then they will scrutinize. So the membership in Australia is 15 years.
MCG.
So MCG.
Okay.
So I had applied in 2011. I got it last year. So I'm now a full member. I'd applied here in 2011. So hopefully around the 2030 mark, I'll get my MCC membership. But the wait time in Australia is 15 and this one is 20.
Wow. And there's no way to follow up.
No, it will depend and then.
What if they just forget?
No, they won't. There is a wait, and for example, in Australia, they get back to you that okay, you will first become a member for a year, and then they will make you a permanent member. The general body meeting will happen. And these are exclusive clubs. The Lord's Cricket Ground is still the bastion of the MCC. It is an exclusive club. It's owned by them. ECB doesn't own Lords. ECB offices are in Lords. Lords is owned by the MCC. The Marylebone Cricket Club owns Lords. So that's how it is. And these taxis, you will see all these commentators, VIPs. I'm sure Tendulkar will come in.
Come in a taxi?
No, he will drive because his house is.
Yeah, exactly.
So from that
Yeah,
road,
he lives
or actually
here,
this
so-
road also, if you go left, if you just go left, Tendulkar's house is about 5-6 minutes from here. So I'm sure he'll drive because he lives here. So he drives here and has a parking spot, goes that side, parks, and he's the one to ring the bell. So I'm sure MCC will get him picked up today.
Could be he's the Sachin Tendulkar, but looking at at how Ravi Shastri came in,
All of
maybe-
them. Deep is a commentator.
Yeah, he was just running by.
So that's how it is. But Deep says win toss bat first. You reckon not a speck of blue, not a speck of cloud in the sky. It's all blue, hot.
Yeah, no, bat first. I would say bat first.
Bat first?
Yes, absolutely. Now it depends on who wins the toss. If Ben Stokes wins the toss, I think he will put India to bat first
Irrespective.
again. Irrespective, because I think he will want to prove a point. Now that backfired horribly at Edgbaston, but I think just because it's such an arrogant team, Ben Stokes has so much ego and he wants to prove so much. I think he will put India to bat first and then try to chase it once again.
India wouldn't mind that.
India would not mind that. India is doing very, very well. India is batting so well. You've got KL Rahul, you've got Yashasvi Jaiswal opening the innings so well. You've got a solid batter in Shubman Gill, obviously. Number 3, Karun Nair needs to step up with a big score. He's been negating the new ball well, partnering with KL Rahul, but he still needs to get a solid score over there. Not 20-30s, 70-80s would be, good for him. If he gets anything more than that, then that's brilliant. But right now, Karun Nair needs to step up and put some runs on the scoreboard.
Have you put out your team like you do?
I did, one change.
The Prasidh Krishna.
Prasidh. And of course, you've got Shubman, you've got Rishabh Pant, everyone is doing so well. You don't really have to think about the batting. I think that concern has taken a backseat.
Despite Jofra?
Yes, I think so. Because Bryden Cass and Chris Wokes were bowling very, 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 very well in Edgbaston. And
I think the one difference will be with Jofra, there will be no release. So there will be zero release.
Oh, that's Mark Wood.
I'll have a chat with him. He's a good friend. of mine.
Okay. So I now have 2 mics here. All right, but the thing that I was talking about is now when you talk about batting, that's not a concern anymore because your batters are doing so well. It's because your batters are doing so well, you don't really have to worry about it anymore. Oh no, I accidentally exited the stream here. Okay, I'm back. And
That's a good friend of mine. From his Lucknow days, we've been good friends. He's commentating. I think he's doing commentary. England would have loved to have him here, 155 plus, if he was fit, genuinely fast. But I think he's now winding down because when you bowl that fast, it is very, very difficult to stay
up with
fit
that.
for the good part of the year. And Mark has had injury problems galore.
coming back to the playing 11, you asked about Jofra Archer. I think that's the reason why you won't see a Washington Sundar being dropped. I think that's the reason why you'll have a cushion there and why you will have both Nitish Kumar Reddy and Washington Sundar in the team. So if you lose a couple of wickets at the top, you still have a Washington Sundar to fall back on. You still have a Nitish Kumar Reddy to fall back on, both of whom actually are really good batters.
I absolutely agree, but I also think that England has a better team here because Josh Tongue was doing what Prasidh did in
Yeah.
Leeds. He was leaking runs. And the moment Josh Tongue would come into bowl, he would pitch it up, allow for that cover drive to kind of being unleashed and flow. 6 runs and over, all of a sudden India would have free-flowing runs on the board, and the pressure that was exerted by Chris Wokes and Bryden Cars would be released. So England, in that sense, with Josh Tongue out and Jofra Archer in, will have that kind of control, or hopefully will have a bit more control than they had in Leeds. On the other side, on the flip side, Jofra is just one first-class game old. In 4 years, he has not played a test match. Last was February of 21. Coming back 4.5 years later into test match cricket isn't going to be easy for Jofra Archer. Yes, all of us remember his debut here after the 19 World Cup final, Steve Smith on the head, and that entire crowd getting behind Jofra was a real breath of fresh air for English cricket. But Jofra Archer, 4 years down the line, interestingly did not bowl, a point that Gargi and I were making on the show yesterday, that Jofra did not bowl. But Deep, for example, was telling Trisha, I think, Deep was telling you, right, that Jofra was bowling real fast in... So in training, Jofra was bowling real fast in Edgbaston. One has to see, look, I keep saying this, that match play and training are very different. Can Jofra continue with that pace for a significant period of time, a test match and the rigors of a test match? Is it a risk to play Jofra? Stokes made that point in the press conference yesterday that they would not have picked Jofra had he not been fit enough.
True.
He would not have lasted 5 days. But is it a risk for England, basis one first-class game, one day of real quality bowling, to pick Jofra?
I mean, I think when it comes to Jofra Archer, one, there is reputation behind him. Second, obviously, if he's doing well in training, I think that's enough for the English management to sort of getting back in the team, because they desperately need it. Josh Tongue leaked a lot of runs. They want to bolster that bowling lineup, especially with Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul, all of these centurions that you've had in the past two matches. You need to put a stop to Indian batters. And if it's a horses for courses sort of approach, you need a Jofra Archer in your team at this point. But you say that England is looking like a better team. I think it's still very, very balanced, because I think now that you have an Akash team...
No, I'm not saying compared to India. I'm saying
compared
England,
to themselves in the last game.
It's a better side.
Yes,
Who is
but
again saying niggle for Bumrah? Who
Arey
is this
bhai.
fool who says this every time? And if somebody is saying it, that person has no idea. So ignore such comments, please.
He gets a niggle before every game, or what?
Every test match.
Every test match
and
he
I
gets a
think it's
niggle.
coming because yesterday he did not come, but that's India's practice. The pre-match day, the fast bowling unit did not. None of them bowled. No Siraj, no Bumrah,
no
no
one
Akash. No one bowled.
Only Washington bowled. That also he wasn't bowling like intensely or something.
Any grass left on the pitch, will there be help? Yesterday afternoon there's still green when they put that Hoover cover back.
Yeah.
Today morning we will get Shomishta's inside. Let's Shomishtaকে বলো তো যদি পিচের কয়টা ছবি তুলে পাঠাতে পারে, we will have a sense. We will get you the update from the inside and show you some visuals of the pitch. And then we will have an understanding, because the last 3 days, on 7th, which is when we first saw the wicket,
Match
it was
to
greenish
-2?
too.
Yeah.
Yesterday was slightly less green. I do reckon it will be greenish, not as brown as Edgbaston. Absolutely.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not as brown as Edgbaston.
Okay.
There will be some assistance. I absolutely reckon there will be
bowlers.
some assistance for the fast bowlers on day 1 and 2. But with this heat, how long do you reckon the moisture will...
Exactly my point. That look, even with a brown pitch at Edgbaston, you had those overcast conditions to sort of give those bowlers a boost, give a Chris Wokes and an Akashdeep, Siraj and Bryden Cast that little boost that was needed. They had that immense wind that Akashdeep was also using and getting a lot of swing with that new ball. But now that I look at these conditions, it's so hot. There will be no moisture in the air. How much swing can you actually extract? Now, I think the point here will be you can get a lot of bounce. Maybe not a lot, but at
Lots.
least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there will be some assistance.
There has to be something.
Some
come on.
assistance. No,
It
day
can't
one
be
there will
another
be
flat
assistance,
deck.
but not this weather for the first couple of days maybe, but it will flatten out. If you see the World
Yeah.
Test Championship final also, and you know what this weather does? I was making the point in the morning to somebody that take the 2018 wicket for example. Day one, I was doing my live from outside that gate, East Gate, and I was shivering. I was shivering around early afternoon. India, I think, was 15 for 3 and then got bowled out for 107. That's the India bus. That was the England bus. This is the India bus.
Oh, okay.
And the buses will be parked, as I said, up there. That's the Indian team bus. Teams have arrived. Both teams, it's 9:30. So pretty decent time. But the point that I was making was day one, England won the toss, put India in, and dark, rainy, chilly conditions. India was blown away for 107, if I remember right from memory. And 15 for 3, rain comes, stop-start game, nobody got in, everybody was just, blown away. Next day was like this. And Clive Lloyd and I, we were in one of the boxes. None of us could wear even a jacket. It got so warm, England 600. And India was just blown away because the weather impacted the game that badly. First day swing, movement, Chris Wokes and people blew India away. And the next day was fundamentally different. Now that's my point, that here what happens is, with this weather, I don't think any team gets any kind of extra advantage or anything like that because the weather is not going to change at all over the next 4 days. No chance of rain in London is quite strange.
And you know what, when it comes to the faster bowlers, like I said, at Edgbaston, it was the overcast conditions that was really, really helping them. And now with this heat, there's no clouds at all. Like it's completely blue. There are no chances of rain either. So you can't even expect a cloudy day.
So there you go. That's the look at the pitch. Much
Pretty.
browner.
But
still
still
tinge
pretty
of
green.
green, but very different. Put this out. Who's there? Shopnil, right?
Yes.
Shopnil, put these photos out, please. I'm sending them in the group. These are pitch visuals from Lords now. Shopnil, put these photographs out, please. The two pitch visuals. See, compared to day before yesterday, you can talk over it. There's still a bit of grass.
This was, I think, yesterday. Was it? Or this is today? This is today. This is today, sorry. But if we go back to, oh, there we go. Look. This was day before.
This was day before.
Yeah.
It's much greener.
Much greener,
It's
yes.
much greener compared to what it is at the moment. So things have changed. This was Rishabh Pant looking at it yesterday.
Yes.
This was the video that we had taken
It's
yesterday.
not much different from yesterday. Match day -2, it was much more greener.
I agree.
Yesterday we came in and we saw the pitch and we thought it's much browner now, and I think this is how the pitch will stay, and it actually has stayed. That's Sudhir, I think.
Must be.
Yeah.
He had gone to play the shunk for the team and all. Now he's finished that. He's come back here. There he is. He will now do his flag and all of that stuff. He waved at me while going, so he was standing in the team gate. So Sudhir doing his shunk, his usual shunk stuff, but again, these are visuals from now, much browner compared to day before yesterday. Gargi is right. Yesterday afternoon and now maybe not that much change, but compared to 2 days back and now, chalk and cheese. That
Chalk and
much
cheese,
greener stuff is now gone.
Because I remember we all put out those pictures of the pitch and everyone was asking,
How green.
Actually, someone texted me, one of my friends, and they were like, "Are they playing the Wimbledon there?" Because that's how green it was. But now it's much, and we all expected. Obviously, you can't dish out
Those are
yes,
photographs
this is
of the
today.
pitch now.
This is today. You can see that
Still
it's
greener.
It's actually
It's
green.
much green.
You can see the contrast, and you can actually see the green coming through. So I think there's going to be something for the faster bowlers there, and I desperately want to see a good contest between the bat and the ball. Those first.
This is not Edgbaston.
This
Look
is
at
not
that wicket. It's not
Edgbaston.
Edgbaston.
No, it's going to be fun to watch this. It's going to be fun to watch. But I think it will flatten out in the next 2 days because of the heat. The
100%.
heat is too much, and the sun is so hot. It's almost not even almost. It's as hot as India if you stand in the sun.
Hotter because it pinches you.
And it's so bad. You start burning. Your skin starts burning. I think you don't experience that in India.
No,
but
because of the if you can
clearer
see
air.
yeah, I mean it's hotter. You kind of sense that you're getting burnt. The tan, for example.
Yeah.
The sunscreen doesn't last for more than 4-5 hours. So you've got to replenish yourself with sunscreen every 4-5 hours.
Every
It's tough.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes.
Maybe 4. That SPF 50 at the local one, the Ritual and Jing, that one. Maybe 4-5 hours.
We need to call-
He's looking smart. Rohan Chaudhary looking
to call
very, very
Amit.
smart. Rohan's looking dapper with his blazer on and everything. Amit will come. Amit will come. Not to.
No, their live is at 10, no?
So he will come. He will come. Kiolo, Devashish Sen, welcome. Come on. Your first comments.
Yeah, we saw just the team arriving, and both the teams are actually inside. But Boria, the interesting to see the wicket means it looks a little brownish, means compared
Yeah,
to
we
what
were
it
just
was
talking about
in
it.
last couple of days.
That's not yesterday afternoon when we were doing our
Yesterday,
live yesterday
Saika.
afternoon. It was closer to this, but day before it was much greener. It was much greener. Still better than Edgbaston. Edgbaston was all brown. This still has a tinge of green. And with this kind of weather, I am not sure how long the moisture will last. And will this turn into a batting deck instead of World Test Championship final? Both you and I have seen that. He's playing the wicket visuals. Those are the wicket visuals from inside now. We saw the WTC first couple of days, real assistance to the bowlers. Rabada 5, Cummins 6. And thereafter it became a good batting deck when Aiden Markram and Temba Bavuma were batting. This one, I don't see that happening till day 3. I think win toss, maybe the first session,
I
maybe
would say
bat first. Yeah, bat first.
Yeah, absolutely.
This looks like a bat first wicket to me, and you
And so
pile up runs.
I just have a feeling that this will also, like you said, will play out like the WTC final. And I
WTC
think-
final, there was so much assistance on
I
days two.
know.
I don't think it will
but
be like that.
I think one day, one
The
day,
fifth day,
no.
unlike what it was.
It will depend on the team
First
batting
innings
first. It will depend on the team batting first and if they are rolled over or not. Because I don't see the team batting second getting rolled over on this
Yeah.
wicket. No chance.
Nah,
Whatever
yeah,
will happen on day 1. So whichever team, a Jasprit Bumrah spell or a Jofra Archer spell, 3-4 wickets down, then things can happen. Otherwise, I don't see a team getting rolled over here. But that first spell, the first couple of hours.
I reckon Ben Stokes always preferred to chase.
That's what she said.
So I think with Jofra Archer in, means
They will
with a
want-
little bit of juice early on, I think England might just bowl again rather, instead of batting first.
Yeah, I think so. And it will be a huge egotistic move
Yes.
because they will want to prove everyone wrong after everything that was
Yes.
said in that last test match, especially after the loss. Ben Stokes will want to put India to bat in first. And then with Jofra Archer, you try to spit fire, you try to roll over the team with multiple centurions and sort of show them their place.
Yeah, I mean, arrogance, again, the point that these both of my colleagues are making, arrogance from England, that's what happened in Edgbaston. India countered it brilliantly, but with Jofra, England has a better bowling attack. Will that influence India's team selection, allow Washington Sundar to stay in? That's the big call from India. All of us reckon it's that one change. Prasidh Krishna making way for Jasprit. Other than that, we don't think there is a change, despite Sai Sudarshan being made to train with different kind of drills, despite Shardul Thakur having a longish nets. These are options that India still has. Kuldeep Yadav, once again, will he be unlucky? To sort of having to sit out again. If you are Kuldeep Yadav, you're bound to feel hard done. That, what have I done to continuously sit out? England doesn't play left-arm wrist spin that well. Lords, hot conditions, seriously hot conditions, and still I don't get a game.
Yes.
If I'm Kuldeep Yadav, I will feel very hard done. Will India take a chance and field him?
Oof.
But considering the way
Batting.
Washington played, that partnership between Washington and Shubman,
Give me mic.
Sorry,
I think the manner in which Washington batted means we saw what happened in Edgbaston. Both innings we just that lower order hardly put up a fight. But I reckon that might be the only reason that Washington Sundar will be pursued. Because if you play a Kuldeep Yadav, yes, he is a wicket taker in his own right, but definitely what you want is the batting, to strengthen your batting, and with Washington Sundar you can have that cushion.
Absolutely, and I think I have a mic. And I think that's the reason why you won't see a Kuldeep Yadav coming in for a Washington Sundar. It's because of the batting, and one of the reasons why is because Jofra Archer is coming in into the team in the opposite team. So if you've got to be ready for everything. You can't undermine Jofra Archer. I know he's only played one test match, one first class game.
Even first class. It was
What
not a
was
county
it?
match. It was just a 4-day game against Durham.
He's just
It was just a 4-day game, and he got only 1 wicket.
Whole 18 overs.
18 overs.
So with only that much game experience, you still can't undermine Jofra Archer because he was bowling really well in the training sessions.
And it was at the same ground where he made his debut,
Yeah.
where he made his test debut. He was he played a huge role. Who
And-
can forget that super over? He bowled in the 2019 World Cup final, helping India to clinch the title. So Jofra Archer, yes, 13 test matches in a career spanning 6 years. I think yes. Maybe a lot has got to do with his injury, elbow, back. But obviously, he is an impact player. Who can forget that ball from him in his debut test match, hitting Steve Smith on the helmet? So I think Jofra Archer, he automatically gives you that impact. So he's an impact bowler, I would say.
100% he is. And you also have to remember, Chris Woakes averages how
12,
much?
12 on this ground.
At Lords. So that, he came into Edgbaston, his own backyard. He absolutely spit fire. He took some really important wickets. He was really troubling Indian batters here in the Indian top order. And now, when you come to Lords at a ground where he has such a good average, I think you have now 3 bowlers to worry about. Shoaib Bashir, you don't have to worry about too much. Ben Stokes, okay, but Bryden Cass, who was bowling very, very well at Edgbaston, Chris Woakes, and an additional Jofra Archer. So you have to be ready for all
And
scenarios.
what it does, Gargi, is that it puts relentless pressure. Means you can actually keep the pressure on from both ends. Means which was not the case with Josh Tongue going in for a lot of runs.
Exactly.
You can actually keep the pressure from both ends. Means Ben Stokes can be more attacking. Means with Jofra at one end and obviously Chris Woakes, and then you have a Bryden Cass and Ben Stokes himself.
Yes.
The head-to-head and the stats at Lords don't favor India.
Oh, I love his outfit.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting outfit.
Love that.
You will get a lot
Oh.
of this stuff. You will get a lot of this stuff today at Lords. ये কথা বলতি? So you will get a lot of this stuff today at Lords. Indian ethnic dresses. This is Lords. I've said this to her many times. You will see the clothing so very different
Culture.
compared to Leeds and Edgbaston. Head to head, 3 wins. 3 wins.
করুন মারা গেছে তার দাদা তরুণের বন্ধু
আচ্ছা
নিউজার্সি থেকে এটাকে পরে কথা হবে
হ্যাঁ আপনারাও ভালো থাকবেন অল দ্য বেস্ট
What are the chances of them being Bengali? What is going on?
Devashish actually said it.
Ah.
Devashish, chances of them knowing us was quite rare, but okay, that's how it is. I was talking about the head-to-head. 3 wins, 12 losses, 4 draws. That's what the stat is. 149 test matches at Lords. 149, highest number of test matches ever played in one venue.
Yes.
Lords.
This is the 149th test
149th test match at Lords. 150th will be quite a milestone. Should have been India. Will not be, but that's different. But India versus England, 19 test matches, 19, 12 for England, 3 for India, 4 draws. Now, of the 3, the interesting bit is last 10 years we've won 2. 2014, we won a fantastic victory here at Lords,
Yeah.
thanks to Ishant Sharma, 7 for 70. And what was used in that test match? The short ball. That short ball ploy was brilliantly used by MS.
Oh.
And India battered England with the short ball. Ravindra Jadeja's sword dance came out.
Oh,
Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was brilliant with 6 wickets in the first innings. Murli Vijay batted wonderfully well. And then again, obviously, everybody remembers Virat Kohli's India 2021, give them hell at Lords. So 10 years, we've had 2 victories. So when you talk about head-to-head and all of that, you must also remember that India's recent record at Lords is going to be interesting, has been much better compared to what it was in the past. Lords traditionally, but for England also, a Joe Root, a Chris Wokes, who according to both of you, you reckon will be the bigger threat? A Jofra, a Kars, or a Wokes? For me, it's Wokes at Lords.
Chris Wokes. 100%
I
Chris
also
Wokes.
totally agree with your views. I think Chris Wokes, yes, he has not fired in this series so far.
But he's
What?
still been the best.
And he has already he has been a man of the match against India
Yeah.
in one of the test matches.
Yes.
He scored 100, he's picked wickets. So yes, that is what England will look up to. Means he's the experienced bowler. And so I think Chris Wokes is the X factor for England.
And he did fire in Leeds. He was
Yeah.
brilliant in Leeds.
He was brilliant in. I think he was better in Edgbaston, wasn't he?
You know,
Leeds he wasn't looking
in the
as
second,
good.
yeah. I mean, but Edgbaston in that second, even that spell that Carson Wokes bowled, genuinely good spell.
It was a good spell, and you could see KL Rahul actually struggling there. I think it was Karun Nair with him. Yashasvi Jaiswal had gotten out early, but it was final 1.5 hour.
The morning spell,
In-
the
the
morning
morning
spell where
spell,
Karun
but
Nair was
also-
struggling,
yeah.
was a genuinely good spell
good
from
spell, yes.
from Chris Wokes. And this is kind of his ground. He has an average of 12.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He has an average of 12. in
Absolutely,
this
Boryada. I was telling Gargi about that only. Means obviously, you need some inspiration from Chris Stokes and Jofra Archer if England have to make a match of it, obviously. But England, but for India, I would say Boryada KL Rahul. KL Rahul is key because he
Yes.
scored 100 in the last test match that both these countries played here. I think that 129 will give him that confidence means going into this. And he has been the batsman in form. If you take out Shubman Gill from this batting order and Rishabh Pant, I think KL Rahul and what is that?
Gautam Gambhir has gone to the pitch.
Okay.
Gautam Gambhir gone to the pitch straight up.
Yes. Obviously, yesterday also we saw Boryada spending a lot of
Long
time in
chat,
the middle.
long
I think something about Gautam Gambhir you can actually relate with Rahul Dravid. I think
Yeah,
very,
he will go and do
very
it.
similar. Means obviously Rahul Dravid had this mini.
But Gautam Gambhir was very smiley yesterday.
Agree?
Very smiling
Last couple
all
of days,
the time.
last couple of days, Gautam Gambhir smiling.
Laughing, smiling. I was like, what version of Gautam Gambhir am I watching this time around? Because I've never seen him like that. I've seen him in Australia, seen him in England in the first 2 matches, and then suddenly he starts laughing and smiling. I've never seen that before.
Gargi is right. And Gautam Gambhir is always grumpy. But here, Gautam Gambhir is smiling.
Happy.
Maybe that win
Yeah.
at Edgbaston has changed everything for Gautam and the team. But he has to get the combination right. Because you know what? When you take Australia at the Border Gavaskar Trophy, against all odds you won Perth. And then nothing worked for you
Nothing,
after that.
yeah.
You cannot have that here again.
No.
You won 1 test match. We are all jumping up and about. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It's still 1 test match. It's still 1 all. England still won that first one. You should have been 2-0 up by now.
Exactly. The Indian team had no business losing that Leeds test match. You had everything that it took to win it.
Huh?
Your bowling won you that. Your bowling lost you that game.
I'm pleased. All of these guys are
looking dapper.
exactly. I mean, this is the best you've looked all series. This is the best you've looked all
This
series.
is the tradition which
Yeah,
we
Lords.
have learned from
Yes.
all our seniors like you, Devashish Datto.
Udhar.
He has told us to just
One
wear
step
the.
over there. Yeah.
This is a tradition because cricket calls a gentleman's game. That's why you have to wear the blazer.
And Lords day one. Lords day one.
I'm telling you one incident when I took the bus from the Oxford Street. So the entire the entire bus is packed with some old people with the hat and the
Patna Road.
blazers.
See,
And they're just keeping
see
quiet.
the black caps,
this is
the traditional
yeah,
attire.
traditional attire. So this how the beauty. This how the beauty of the Test cricket, Devashish. And you and me. Here's the interruption. You and me are covering here in Lords since 2007, and it's really Gagi. It's
doesn't
really
have a
nice
mic.
experience. Really nice experience. Oh, no issues, no issues. Carry on, guys.
But Amit, obviously, the beauty about the first day of a Lord's Test match means you know very well. Means that the ambience, the atmosphere. Yes, it can't get better. Means obviously you cover cricket across any venues in England.
Only we are.
This is the place.
Only we are missing one thing in this series: juice on the wicket.
Oh,
As David Gar told you.
Let's see if there's anything on day one. I think there will be a bit of juice on day one because I see a tinge of grass. But let's see what happens.
But hardly it lasts, Gagi. Not more than a half an hour because the thing is, I guess the weather. I think it's very harsh sun. So I don't think so that. And then see,
Have you been inside?
Yes.
yeah, I've been there
Okay.
and see. I'm thinking.
She was asking what is the breakfast.
How do you just?
Do you
read
think
my
I have a
mind.
time? You're constantly calling me, come down, come down. So I
Have
just
you
keep my
seen
back
or
and
not
get-
seen?
I've seen the ground. I've seen the wicket.
No, we're asking about the food.
No.
You've
No,
not seen
only some chana shoot was there.
Huh?
And do you think Amit? No. Do you think
Have
Amit
you
Shah,
given-
Amit Shah will come with the empty hand? Never.
Okay, Didi,
Never
okay.
ever. Amit Shah never come with the empty hand.
We haven't had breakfast, so
Chickpeas,
I'm,
no, have
I'm
it.
looking
Chickpeas.
forward
Healthy.
to
Crunchy
it.
chickpeas.
Healthy food
Yeah,
for
these
the
are very
lady.
healthy. These are
Done.
actually.
Yeah. So one is my concern.
No, no,
if
you
India
have
won the
this.
toss, what India will do?
And they show
India will
first?
no, India will field.
Amit Shah
what?
reckons India will field. Interesting.
Because which I am thinking, India have now their full pace attack with everything.
So you blow England away.
If England is saying that something juice is on the wicket, India will get an advantage, not England.
That's just blocked our entire view.
Yeah. So shall
No,
we,
they'll just
shall we do it here or
take
there?
they'll just take the rubbish and go away. But there's no rubbish here.
Why are you standing here?
No, they'll just take the garbage and go away. Just wait.
Yeah, I mean,
wait.
don't please block our view
Beautiful view of the
of the Grace Gate. And
What's wrong?
okay. So 1 hour to go. Exactly an hour to go for the first ball to be bowled here at Lord's. Incredible atmosphere. Hopefully this guy will go. He's gone in to one of the apartment buildings to clear out the garbage. St. John's Wood is buzzing. The tube station, you will see streams of people. The romance of Lord's or the nostalgia of Lord's. The first time India played Gargi here was in 1932. And at that point in time, the London Times had a report which said 18 players speak 10 languages. And they're saying that people in the evening, they're seeing players, somebody bare-chested, somebody wearing two sweaters, because people come from the hills and somebody comes from a different part of India.
And
So,
you actually see that in our team as well, because
So-
there's just so many people.
and there was another headline which said no politics, no only cricket. And thereafter it goes on to say, নিশ্চয়ই, এটা খুলে ওকে দিয়ে দাও না। এরা। So the thing that was being said was no politics, no something, only cricket. And the report went beautiful. It said some people eat fish, some people eat meat, some people are vegetarian, and that's the cultural diversity of India. The first time an official test match, India was playing an official test match. First 30 minutes, and I'm trying to quote the Birmingham Post. The first 30 minutes of the Birmingham Post, 24,000 people in attendance. India gets England down to 19 for 3. Holmes, Sutcliffe, Woolley all gone. Lal Singh with a run out. Mohammad Nisar and Amar Singh were spitting fire here at Lord's. India announces itself under CK Naidu as one of the teams in world cricket. England eventually won that match under Douglas Jardine by 258 runs. But India announced itself because of the way they started in the first 30 minutes at Lord's. Part of history. 1936 again. You saw that Jahangir Khan Sparrow.
I did.
So 1936 Lords again. 1952 Vinu Mankad. So much history in this place.
Quite an interesting memorabilia there, that Jahangir's ball. So if you guys don't know, there's inside the Lord's Museum, there's this. He hit that ball or was he bowling?
No. He hit that
ball.
shot. Yeah.
Okay.
He had played that
hit a
shot.
So what's his
Jahangir
name?
Khan.
Jahangir Khan hit a shot, and the ball obviously hit a sparrow. So what they've done is they've taxidermied the sparrow, and they've kept the sparrow on the ball as it is, and it's so fun to kind of look back into history and the way that they preserved that as well. All right. So it's you and me alone. I'm just waiting for this truck to move, so you guys can get a good look at the Grace Gate again. The crowds have started to pour in. It's still an hour away we're still an hour away from the game, so I don't expect a lot of crowd at the moment. Maybe as we start going closer to the day, we will, and I've dropped my mic, we will get a lot more crowd. But I'm taking some comments and we can start chatting with each other once again, as we always do when Boria goes away. Okay. Is cricket growing in England? What do you mean growing? It's already a very popular sport. But you know what happens is with the younger generation, it's mostly football that these young kids follow. Not much cricket, but at the same time, it's not like there's no cricket at all. There is still a lot of history and tradition and culture when it comes to cricket. I will show you guys. Over there, you can see that the crowds are starting to pour in right now. Okay. I should play. I'm not playing. Who will bowl the new ball along with Jasprit Bumrah, Akashdeep or Siraj? Nikhil Kumar is asking. Good question, because now I'm also confused. Not confused, but I'm also thinking about the possibilities of who could bowl the new ball. Jasprit Bumrah from one end. I think you should go with an Akashdeep. I just have a feeling that that the Indian team will go with Jasprit Bumrah starting, Akashdeep on the other end, and Mohammad Siraj first change. What that gives you is, because Akashdeep is so good with the seam, is so good with the swing, he gets the ball to swing in and out. I think it will be Akashdeep, and he's been brilliant at Edgbaston with the new ball. So they might just give him that chance. Mohammad Siraj over there as well. I think in the second innings it was Prasidh Krishna and Akashdeep who started, and then Mohammad Siraj was the first change. They could go with something similar, because Akashdeep is just that good with the new ball. You can't deny it. Arka Roy is saying overall decent batting for England, except Bashir. Yeah, well, they need to have that one spinner in that team, and I don't think he's that effective. Also, you have to think about. Talk to Indian supporters. Let me see if I can find any. The problem here is, if you try to move around, you lose your internet connection, and you don't want to lose your internet connection there. Then it's very difficult to get it back. Let me see if I can find any Indian supporters. I don't see any on this side of the gate. Maybe in other gates, because this is the VVIP entry behind us, the Grace Gate. This is where all the MCC members enter from, and you won't see a lot of the normal crowd here. More questions. Siraj will, K7 is saying Siraj will open with the new ball. He could. You could go back to Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj opening once again, because Mohammad Siraj in that last game also proved that he can get started. He can start off on the right foot, because we were all talking about in that Leeds test and before that as well, even in Australia, you saw that Mohammad Siraj is brilliant in his second spell, but when it comes to that first spell, it takes time for him to sort of get to bowl discipline lines. It takes time for there's a truck coming. It takes time for Mohammad Siraj to start off well. So and he's proved himself in the last game. So we could very well see the Indian team going back to that usual Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah opening. But also there is a chance of Akashdeep starting. So let's see what happens with that. More questions. I'm just looking at more questions. What is the first look? What? what is the first look of the pitch? The pitch is quite similar to yesterday. Day before yesterday, it was quite green, and we all thought, there's going to be a lot of juice. But obviously, you do not expect match day -2 pitch to be exactly, or you don't expect the match day -2 pitch to not be altered or the grass to not be trimmed or something like that. You always expect changes happening there, and that's exactly what happened. It's much browner now, and you can see. Can you guys see the crowd that has started to build up? This is the MCC gate. This is the Grace Gate. This is where all the MCC members enter from. It's a VIP gate, and over there behind me, over here, you can see that that's the Lord's Tavern. Next to it is the Thomas Lord Suite, and this is Lord's. This is one of the most magical cricket grounds that you can think of. Amit Shah has joined us. I have 2 mics. I will give you one of them.
Thank you.
But I was talking to our viewers, obviously. They were asking questions about, and I also started thinking, who will open the bowling with Jasprit Bumrah? Will it be a Siraj or will it be an Akashdeep? Because if you look at the Edgbaston test, Mohammad Siraj really proved to everyone else that he can start off well. Before that, even in Australia, there was that concern that Mohammad Siraj bowls very well in that second spell, but that first spell of his is still a problem. He leaks some runs. He has difficulty sort of settling himself in. But in Edgbaston, he proved that he can also start off well, even without a Jasprit Bumrah there. But on the other hand, Akashdeep is so good with his seam. He swings the ball so well. He was getting that ball to arc beautifully in Edgbaston. So do you open with Jasprit Akashdeep and Siraj first change, or Jasprit Siraj Akash first change?
It's a very valid question, Gagi. That we can just see the team management has already seen the wicket. Maybe they will analyze who is my best option to take the wickets if India bowl first on this surface. So maybe if you are saying that there is a little bit grass is there on the wicket, so and the moisture will be there. So if India bowls first, I think India will go with their regular pair, Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah. And maybe within a couple of overs, they will bring Akashdeep, because they cannot settling down this in England openers if India will bowl first. Because see, Ben Duckett and Crowley, especially Ben Duckett, उनका काम यही होगा कि जाकर के just to score the runs. But I'm feeling कि जिस तरीके से यहाँ का विकेट है वो संभाल के खेलेंगे. Because yesterday I was talking with one of the test cricketer, India's test player. He was telling me, if you are standing on this wicket for a couple of hours, then you will get the runs. He said, look at the record of Sachin Tendulkar, Virendra Sehwag, Rahul Dravid, Ricky Ponting, Brian Lara. Each and every batsman, if they stay on the Lord's wicket for first couple of hours, they will get the big runs. Even Ajinkya Rahane, but he comes at number 5. So on the first day, on this surface, if you are batting, if you are pure batsman, if you can stand on the wicket for a couple of hours, you will get the big runs. And from the bowler's perspective, you will get around hour or 45 minutes to prove yourself on this kind of a surface. I'm telling you, this kind of a weather. Because it's around 30. 30. So देखिए, अगर आप इस तरीके का 30 वेदर है, 1 घंटा आपको मिलता है विकेट का जो मॉइस्चर है उसको इस्तेमाल करने के लिए, अदरवाइज कुछ नहीं है. We left this ground yesterday around 7 o'clock in the evening. गर्मी हो रही.
गर्मी तो पूरा दिन ही थी.
पूरा दिन गर्मी.
एंड यूजुअली ऐसा होता है कि एजबेस्टन और लीड्स में ऐसा हो रहा था कि शाम को बहुत ठंडा हो जाता है, ठंडी हवाएं चलती है, लेकिन यहाँ लंदन में बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है.
Birmingham is in center. Birmingham is in center and Leeds is in up north. तो वहाँ हवाएं ज्यादा चलती है. पर लंदन जो है, लंदन में आपको गर्मी मिलेगी. And you and me, we are from the Maharashtra. Basically, you're based from Maharashtra. We are not feeling that we are not missing Maharashtra. We are तो tradition है करके पहना हुआ है, लेकिन यार बहुत गर्मी हो रही है. क्या करें?
बहुत काफी गर्मी हो रही है और क्या बताएं, अब ऐसा ही माहौल है. लेकिन I think सब कह रहे हैं कि 2 दिन you will get that juice from the wicket, you will get some seeming conditions, but I think एक दिन ही बहुत होगा.
एक दिन ही होगा.
मुझे लग रहा
That's
है
how.
एक ही दिन होगा.
देखिए इंग्लैंड डिफरेंट ग्राउंड में कैसा होता है, इंग्लैंड के दूसरे ग्राउंड में फिर भी आपको बदलाव देखने मिलेंगे. लॉर्ड्स की ट्रेडिशन में उनके विकेट में बदलाव नहीं होता, बिकॉज ये एमसीसी मैरिल बॉर्न क्रिकेट क्लब, जो भीष्म पितामह कहते हैं विश्व क्रिकेट का, वो ये संस्था है. यहाँ पर तमाम कंट्रोल ईसीबी का नहीं होता, इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट बोर्ड का कंट्रोल नहीं होता. एमसीसी मैरिल बॉर्न क्रिकेट क्लब की बात होती है. हम दूसरे ग्राउंड में जाते हैं, ग्राउंडमैन से बात करते हैं, किससे भी बात कर लेते हैं. यहाँ पर वैसी परमिशन नहीं है, एमसीसी के थ्रू ही जाना पड़ता है. सो एमसीसी हैव द ट्रेडिशन हाउ टू प्रिपेयर द विकेट, कितना ग्रास होगा, कितना वाटरिंग होगा, क्योंकि वो अपने ट्रेडिशन चेंज करना नहीं चाहते गार्गी. सो मुझे लगता है कि ये टिपिकल लॉर्ड्स विकेट होगा, जो शुरू में पेस गेंदबाजों को हेल्प करेगा, बशर्ते फिर फ्लैट हो जाएगा, बशर्ते वेदर. आपने देखा होगा कि वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप फाइनल लगभग 1 महीने पहले हुआ. शुरू में 2 दिन जो है वो पेसर्स को हेल्प मिली, लेकिन उसके बाद फिर वही बेटर सरफेस हो गया, तो सेम विकेट होगा. इसलिए मैं कह रहा था कि इफ इंडिया वन द टॉस, इंडिया की स्ट्रेंथ बैटिंग है, मैं मानता हूँ इस सीरीज में, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि बर्मिंघम टेस्ट के बाद इंडिया की स्ट्रेंथ हम छाती ठोक के कह सकते हैं कि बॉलिंग भी हो चुकी है.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Everyone is talking about, Jofra Archer coming back into the team. But you
That is
also
only a
have
worry
to-
for the Indian team.
Yeah, that's the only worry. But you also have to remember that the top order batters have done very, very well against that new ball, against Chris Wokes, against Bryden Cast in overcast conditions. We don't have overcast conditions now. So I don't think the ball will swing as much. I don't.
A little bit.
Not as much as.
As much as. Yeah.
वहाँ
As
भी
much as.
उतना
Yeah.
नहीं but that lethal spell from Chris Wokes and Bryden Cast was negated beautifully by KL Rahul. KL Rahul will be key here in once again negating the new ball. But when we talk about threats, yes, Jofra Archer is there, but you
Wokes.
also have a Bumrah. You have a Jasprit Bumrah. You have Mohammad Siraj doing well. You have Akashdeep doing well. And you bat till number 8 till Washington Sundar. So you have that cushion as well. If your top order fails by any chance, you have a Nitish Kumar Reddy who can step up. You have a Washington Sundar you can step up. And obviously there is a Ravindra Jadeja who got a 50 in that last innings that he played. So you've got people there who will back you up, who can come in and steady the ship. And Shubman Gill has been looking flawless.
Exactly. But see, Gargi, first of all, I need to say I have a very, 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 very big hope from Karun Nair on this wicket.
Yes.
Because this is a make or break inning for him in Lords. Because see, जब आपको second life मिलती है, when you are coming after 7 years,
Break.
after you scored a triple 100, you drop from the team, you are coming after 7 years, including couple of years, tons of runs in Ranji Trophy. When you get the chance in England Tour, आपकी 2-4 innings हो चुकी हैं, 4 innings में आपके उतने, he is in a very good knock. मिडिल में बॉल लग रही है, लेकिन एक बड़ा इनिंग नहीं आ रहा है, रन नहीं आ रहा है, कन्वर्जन नहीं हो रहा है. वी हैव डन वन पैकेज यस्टरडे, हमने एक वीडियो चलाया था. इन दैट करुण नायर एंड साई सुदर्शन बोथ आर स्टैंडिंग, मस्ती कर रहे हैं पैड्स पहन के, एंड शुभमन गिल इज बैटिंग ऑन द नेट्स. तो यही चीज़ है कि एक को रिप्लेसमेंट दूसरा करेगा, लेकिन करुण नायर के लिए ये आखिरी मौका है, साई सुदर्शन के लिए पहला मौका है. तो मेरे हिसाब से करुण नायर, मुझे लग रहा है कि एक प्रेशर तो नहीं लेंगे, लेकिन एक आत्मविश्वास के साथ आएंगे, क्योंकि ही हैड सफर्ड अ लॉट सो फार. आएंगे यहाँ पर लॉर्ड्स के साथ, ऐसा करेंगे कि जैसे करिश्माई परी. और देखिए ये ग्राउंड दिखा देता है लोगों को कि आपकी जो स्टेचर क्या है. हमारे इंडिया में द गॉड ऑफ क्रिकेट कहा जाता है सचिन तेंदुलकर को, उनका 100 इस ग्राउंड पर नहीं है. क्रिकेट आपको सब कुछ देता है, लेकिन सब, और वही सचिन तेंदुलकर आज यहाँ पर बेल बजाएंगे, द फर्स्ट डे ट्रेडिशन, ही विल रिंग द बेल. सचिन तेंदुलकर वो थोड़ी देर पहले शायद अंदर गए हैं, विच आई हर्ड, लेकिन तेंदुलकर आई हर्ड. देखिए सब जन यहीं से जाते हैं, रवि शास्त्री भी यहीं से गए, टैक्सी से उतरे, पैसा दिया, निकल गए. दीप दास गुप्ता चले गए. यहाँ कोई किसी को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता. यहाँ एक ट्रेडिशन है, आते हैं अपना कोट पहनते हैं. ये हमारे पीछे ग्रेस गेट कहा जाता है, दिस इज द मेन गेट ऑफ लॉर्ड्स क्रिकेट ग्राउंड. ये मेंबर्स पेविलियन है, आगे जो आपको दिख रहा होगा वो प्लेयर्स पेविलियन है. तो वहाँ पर जो है लोग आते हैं अपना ट्रेडिशनल सूट में, टाई में, हैट में, मैच देखते हैं अच्छे तरीके से. लेकिन मैं कहूँगा, मैं फिर उस बात पे आना चाहूँगा कि जो नंबर नंबर 1 जो हम कहते हैं कि सचिन तेंदुलकर का यहाँ पर 100 नहीं है, अजिंक्य रहाणे का यहाँ पर 100 है, अजीत अगरकर जो इंडियन टीम के अभी चेयरमैन ऑफ सिलेक्टर हैं, ही वॉज नॉट अ बैट्समैन बट उनका भी यहाँ पर 100 है। तो मेरे हिसाब से इस ग्राउंड पर 100 करना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है। केएल राहुल को समझना चाहिए, करुण नायर को समझना चाहिए, यशस्वी जायसवाल को समझना चाहिए, शुभमन गिल तो करेंगे, विच आई एम डैम श्योर। तो हाँ, बस मेरी बद्दुआ ना लगे, बस मैं तो यही कह रहा हूँ, काली जबान नहीं होनी चाहिए, मेरी सही जबान हो, मैं तो ये कह रहा हूँ, तो दुआ मेरी लगे। लेकिन करुण नायर अगर यहाँ पर 100 करते हैं ना, तो मुझे और कोई बल्लेबाज करे ना करे, मुझे बहुत खुशी होगी, बिकॉज मैं उस लड़के का पोटेंशियल जानता हूँ। आई फील कि उनके रन बनने चाहिए एंड ही डिजर्व्स टू बी इन दिस टीम। देखिए, नथिंग अगेंस्ट साई सुदर्शन यंग है, उनके पास बहुत मौके हैं, बट करुण नायर के लिए ये आखिरी मौका है, मेक और ब्रेक। तो अगर करुण नायर अच्छा प्रदर्शन करते हैं तो मेरे हिसाब से जो है वो वी विल बैक इन टू द गेम। बस गार्गी लगभग 16 मिनट का समय बचा है टॉस के लिए, और टॉस का बॉस कौन होगा ये मैं पता लगेगा। एंड आई थिंक दैट आप लोग पहले ही चर्चा कर चुके होंगे, यू हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस, मे बी कितना जो है वो डिस्कशन क्या होगा। आई विल कम।
या आपके पास माइक है, उतार दीजिएगा प्लीज। वरना दो जगह से आवाजें चली जाएंगी। बट यस, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द टॉस, आई थिंक इट्स अ बैट फर्स्ट विकेट। अब आई डोंट नो व्हाट और I don't know what Shubman Gill is thinking, but I think it's a bat first wicket. Jasprit Bumrah is bowling at the center wicket, or one of the center wickets, and he's practicing, he's training right now, he's warming up. So anyone who said that Jasprit Bumrah had a niggle, please know that he's not, he does not have a niggle, he was not injured. In that Edgbaston, what was a Leeds test as well, ahead of the Leeds test, there were some reports on the second or third day of the test match that Jasprit Bumrah is injured, that he has a niggle, he is 100% fit, he's playing, and hopefully, and we'll be expecting a lot out of him as well. But again, Swapnil, if you could play the visuals of the pitch, and you guys can let me know what you think India should do or Shubman Gill should do if he wins the toss. I think he should bat first, but I'm not sure because look, in the past two matches as well, Ben Stokes went out there, won the toss, put India to bat first. But every single time, we all spoke about ahead of the test match, we all said that India should bat first. India should bat first. They've got the batting. And then Shubman Gill, after losing the toss, said, we would have liked to bowl as well. And that's what scared all of us. In fact, we had this conversation, me and Trisha, right before we left our room to go to the test match at Edgbaston. We all, quietly, and it was a light-hearted joke, but we said, I hope Shubman Gill loses the toss because he's going to want to bowl first on this wicket, and India will do well if they bat first. And that's exactly what happened. It was a very, very good toss to lose back at Edgbaston. Thankfully, Ben Stokes put India to bat first. Maybe there was a little bit of ego involved, as is the case always with Ben Stokes and the England team. Even on day 4 of the test match, Harry Brook came out and said, oh, we will chase down anything. We will chase down whatever is on the scoreboard. Of course, they couldn't, because how can you chase down 500 runs in a single day on the final day of the test match? India wrapped them up, even with the delay. India wrapped them up within 2 sessions. So right now, Indian team looks very, very strong. I don't think any of us expected the Indian team to do this well. We were obviously expecting, we all went into this test match thinking, you know what, let's not expect too much out of this team. It's a young team, let's not put too much pressure on them. Even if they don't do well, if they put up a good fight against England, if they are able to push the match or push England to their limits in every single test match, then that will be enough for us. But what has happened is you lost जीता हुआ game हार गए Leeds में, and Edgbaston you obviously won, and you dominated every single session except that one session where Jamie Smith was hitting everyone out of the park. 200 Zhala, Kripal Sin. I thought it would be a good idea to stand in the sun, but it's not. So let me move back to my original place again. Okay. Ben Stokes' magic ended now. All right. Reddy was selected. No, this is not. This is a reply to someone. Suman Awasthi is saying Sachin Tendulkar portrait unveiled at Lords. He is inside and he will also ring the bell today. Yes, he will ring the bell. More questions. India should bowl. Rajesh Bhai Solanki is saying India should bowl. I don't know, Rajesh. This pitch, it looks like. One second, I'm just trying to adjust my tripod there. 1 second. I just have a feeling that India should bat first. And everyone, I think, here agrees with me as well that India should definitely bat first. Let's see what's the time right now. The time is 10:19 at the moment, so you have 11 minutes to go for the toss. 11 minutes. How do you think Ben Stokes is going to handle Jadeja and Sundar? He's not. He's terrible against spin. You saw the way that he was batting against Jadeja in that final session before, in that final hour before lunch, if I'm not wrong. It was it lunch or was it tea? It was tea, I think, and Washington Sundar, because Ravindra Jadeja was bowling so quickly, Washington Sundar was able to squeeze that last over in. And me and Boria were watching. We were already downstairs. We had come down from the press box and we were watching in one of the hallways. There was a TV screen there, and the way that Ben Stokes was batting, he had no footwork. He had no idea what Jadeja was doing. There was this rough for Jadeja to play with, and he was doing it brilliantly. And Ben Stokes just looked absolutely clueless. And I told Boria, Ben Stokes abhi wicket dega, dekhna, Ben Stokes wicket dega. And then I thought that would be the last over, and that was my concern. Fortunately, Jadeja, because he was bowling so fast, he was bowling so quick, Washington Sundar came in, and obviously in that second or third delivery of his, he got the wicket of Ben Stokes. So when we talk about certain players in the team, they are definitely not good players of spin, which is why we kept advocating Kuldeep Yadav's inclusion in the team. Unfortunately, the combination has played out such that you don't have space for Kuldeep Yadav anymore in the team because Washington Sundar did so well. And again, this is the point I keep bringing up. You have to look at the entire context. Jofra Archer is coming back in the team, so that poses a real threat for the top order of the Indian batting lineup. Now, if you lose a couple of wickets at the top, be it KL Rahul, be it Karun Nair or Yashasvi Jaiswal, and you don't have enough runs, you always want that cushion, and that is exactly the strategy that has been, or the template that India has been going with in the past couple matches as well. For the first one, it was Sai and Karun both playing in the team. For the second test match, you had Nitish Kumar Reddy coming in for a Sai Sudarshan, Karun Nair up to number 3, and a Washington Sundar also coming in. And look, it actually did help you. Washington Sundar and that partnership that he had with Shubman Gill was an important one. So when you look at it, Washington Sundar had a good partnership in both those innings. Karun Nair did not score too many. That is one of the concerns. We need him to score big. We need a conversion from Karun Nair. Those 20-30 should now become 60-70. That's when you have real impact. But really, when you look back onto that partnership of Karun Nair and KL Rahul, you saw that there was, it really helped with negating that new ball when Bryden Cass and Chris Wokes was spitting fire from both ends. Pradeep is asking, Gargi, predict who will win the toss today and what should India do if they win the toss? I can't predict the toss. How do you predict the toss and who will win it? I'm not sure who will do that. But I think if India wins the toss, you should bat first. I have also a feeling that if England win the toss, they will once again put India to bat first. I think the ego will come in. I think they will want to prove a point after what happened at Edgbaston. They will want to show India that we will put you into bat first once again and we will chase it down, because that has been their entire philosophy when it comes to baseball, when it comes to their ultra aggressive approach. That's been England's thing. They want to chase down big targets. That's what suits their ego. They weren't able to do that in Edgbaston, and now they'll be looking to prove a point. And which is why I think that England First of all, which is why England did not go for a draw in the last match. One of the reasons, and we said from the very beginning that England will not go for a draw. They will rather lose than take the draw, and that's exactly what happened. But now Ben Stokes, I think, will put India to bat first once again. Let's look behind us. Oh, so you see, that's the Grace Gate, and the crowd's really starting to build up now. You can see a lot of MCC colors, people wearing red and gold ties of theirs. That's the MCC colors. Everyone dressed in suits and smart casuals. It's a beautiful sight. You can see a blend of modernity and tradition and history and culture. That's what the Lord's Cricket Ground stands for. Okay, let's go back to the comment section. One second, this tripod. Okay. What's going on in there? Lot of crowd pouring in.
1 minute.
Lot of crowd pouring in. What is Reddy's role? Reddy's role is to give cushion in the batting and give a break to the bowler. So when you say what is he doing when he's bowling only 6-7 overs, that's the job.
Yes.
That's his job. Someone was saying, what is Nitish Kumar Reddy's role? Because he's only bowling 6-7 overs. But I said that's the role, that he has to give a cushion when it comes to the batting lineup, and also bowl those 6-7 overs, which gives your main bowlers a break. That's the role.
That's exactly the role. Kargi was very, very right in saying that. That's exactly the role. Because when there are no wickets falling, and there will be periods of play when there are no wickets falling and England is in control, it's just not that. And the other rule is don't concede too many. When you're bowling your 6 overs or 7 overs or whatever you want to call it there, don't go for more than 20-25 runs in the 5-6 overs.
If the sun is troubling.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't concede too many in the 6-7 overs that you bowl. That's Nitish Kumar Reddy's real role. And also with the bat, if you remember in Australia, he was stellar with the bat. Don't be too harsh on Nitish Reddy based on just one innings. And that is a problem with Indian fandom. We are just too impatient. After one innings, we kind of reckon, this guy is not good enough, so-and-so is not good enough. Another 5-10 minutes, let's take the toss.
No, I was looking for the toss, not to end the show.
The pitch, by the way, from what I've just been told, the grass has been shaved off. Nasir Hussain was doing the pitch report, reckons that the short ball will be of real use here.
Because of the bounce.
Of the short ball, they will have to use it sparingly. He says it's still got a tinge of green, but has been shaved off. That's something we've been reporting to you from the morning. Because day before yesterday was real green. All of that changed yesterday and this morning. It has a brownish look. Certainly a tinge of green, not like Edgbaston, which is a flat deck, or Leeds, which was a flat deck. This is somewhat different, but we've got to see. We've got to see about the changes, and both of us reckon one change from India. England has already announced their team. Both of us reckon win toss. Amit though reckoned win toss, bowl first. Could that be a ploy for India? That given the conditions, first couple of hours.
I think Shubman Gill is itching to bowl first. I think so, because in the last 2 games,
Who said that? You only.
Oh, I said
Shubman
that.
Gill repeatedly that he wants to bowl and thankfully lost the toss.
He's been saying that. Look, now this wicket maybe you can go in and bowl first. In the last 2 wickets, I don't think if India had bowled first, they would have done well. So now if he goes out and says, we will bowl first with an Akashdeep, Siraj and Bumrah, I will take it. But I think Shubman Gill wants to bowl first.
If you do that, I've also got no trouble, because whatever assistance you will have will be day one. So, by the way, this is all Ruth Strauss Foundation volunteers. As you can see, it'll all be red tomorrow. It's the red day tomorrow. You will see many more of these volunteers around Lords, and the cause is great. So we will all make our little contributions. Children who have lost their parents, very, our heart goes out, how difficult it must be. So we will make our little contribution. All of us will try and wear a little bit of red and make whatever little contribution to the foundation. These causes make sport what it is. It's not just win, lose, not that. The McGrath Foundation in Australia, the Pink Day, she was there with me. Here it's the red day. In South Africa, we have seen that happen. The social cause, the larger cause that is associated with cricket, absolutely critical. But the point that we were making, if you win toss and bowl first, you get 3 before lunch. You unleash a Bumrah. You get an Akashdeep to move the ball. You get a Mohammad Siraj steaming in. You don't need anybody else in the 25 overs before lunch. You bowl with your 3 premier fast bowlers. Give them 2 bursts. Maybe a Nitish Reddy for a couple of overs, just to see if the ball is moving or not. But that's towards the very end of the session. But if you are putting England in, you need 3 before lunch.
Yes.
Otherwise,
It
the
will be
win toss,
very difficult.
it will backfire.
It will backfire, and because Ben Duckett stays long, you've got a Jamie Smith who's
He'll
looking-
score 120 runs before lunch.
Exactly my thoughts. And you let a Jamie Smith stay, he'll hammer you.
But Smith to
You've
ठीक है,
also
फिर भी
got
middle order. But
Joe Root.
Root, यार ये Crawley और Duckett बहुत जल्दी run बना लेते हैं.
I know.
Crawley and Duckett at the top of the order, they'll come. If they get in,
They
they'll
go
start hitting the ball.
ultra-aggressive. Yeah.
They'll go very hard
And the
at
thing
India.
is, Duckett doesn't lose his wicket early, easily. You know, it's difficult to.
But I also
get-
don't believe that Bumrah coming back
Oh no.
first morning,
have trouble.
Lords will not trouble Duckett and Crawley. He will.
There's no way.
He will. I mean, Jasprit, and think of this. Let me ask you this. So Jasprit Bumrah, world's best bowler, did not play Edgbaston. Your team has won without you. You are coming back. Stage is set. Lords, you want to make a difference.
You want to win this, not make a difference. You also want to win this test match. And then it's going to be one. Look, Edgbaston was one of those statements. And it was a
Is that the
statement.
toss?
I think that's the toss. We just heard the crowd and. Come on, let me hear something. I can't hear Ravi Shastri's voice.
I think that was the toss.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Folks, tell us. We are outside doing this live. Quickly tell us. Tell us what
happened
you've
with the
heard.
toss? Both
Tell us
captains are out.
quickly.
We've heard the crowd just yell, so we're not sure who's won the toss.
Not yet. Quickly tell us who's won the toss, folks.
Is anyone not inside?
Yeah. A lot of our reporters are inside. England won the toss.
And did what?
Ben Stokes. England have won the toss.
I think they'll bowl first.
England
England
batting.
batting.
England has won the toss and decided to bat first. The
Wow.
correct call. The correct call. We've reckoned all through that it was
Yeah,
it was
found it.
win toss bat first wicket. Ben Stokes calling
Batted
it right.
first.
Win toss bat first is the correct call from England. This gives
Yes.
them an advantage in these conditions.
Oof.
Make no mistake. You put a big score on the board. You've gotten control back of this test match. Absolutely the right call from England. Absolutely the right.
We've
And
been
they
saying
bitten
this.
the bullet.
Yes.
Forgotten the arrogance, taken the right call, Ben
The
Stokes.
ego
win toss.
takes a back seat. We're going to bat first.
3
We
out
need
of
to-
3 for Ben Stokes.
3 out of 3? What's going on? This is like Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma lost 14 tosses consecutively. Do you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. but
Stokes
the-
says we are going to bat. Surface, there's something here on generally early on. So India, if you are India, you have to make use of the first 2 hours.
So, who do you
I'm
start
just reading
with?
the team here. KL Rahul, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Karun Nair, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar, Akashdeep, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj.
So exactly the
we've
team.
been saying.
So we've said this 1 million times. There will be one change. That's Jasprit Bumrah comes in for Prasidh Krishna,
That's
and
it.
that is the exact team for India. Indian team, all of us. She tweeted in the
Yeah,
morning.
I did.
All of us have been saying for the last couple of days, one change for India. England one change. England wins toss bat first. That's an advantage. But yes, go for it.
The question that I want to ask here, who do you start with? Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, or Jasprit Bumrah and Akashdeep?
Jasprit Bumrah and Akashdeep.
100%.
Jasprit Bumrah and
That's what I
Akashdeep.
said as well.
Jasprit Bumrah and Akashdeep with Mohammad Siraj comes in first change. Akashdeep has to be given the new ball
Has
to get
to.
the ball to move. Mohammad Siraj first change is always a better bowler. Always a better bowler. So Jasprit Bumrah and Akashdeep to start with. Jasprit Bumrah, 4-5 overs, 5 over burst. Get Mohammad Siraj in. There is no weak link this time. There is no problem with Prasidh Krishna coming and leaking runs. That's not going to happen.
Shubman Gill is saying I was a little bit confused.
I would have bowled first. Shubman has said I would have bowled
Once
first.
again, 3 out of 3 tosses for Ben Stokes. and
But he
3
now
out of
gets his
3
chance to bowl first.
Finally, I was telling you, he's itching to bowl first. He's itching to
But
bowl.
the Darren Goff was saying, and lots of former English players were saying that we need some juice on this wicket. Do you think they will give some juice because now उन्हीं का juice निकलने की बारी आई हुई है?
यार पहला 2 घंटे में तो कुछ तो होगा. पहला 2 घंटे लॉर्ड्स में ये कभी ऐसा हुआ नहीं है कि कुछ कंडीशंस
ना मिले.
असिस्टेंस नहीं है. 100% होगा. पहला 2 घंटा तो आपके लिए असिस्टेंस होगा. ये शो खत्म करते हैं. हम लोगों को भी अंदर जाके थोड़ा
And now one my last question that Gagi has asked me. You are the better person to answer me. जसप्रीत बुमराह के साथ शुरुआत कौन करेगा?
मैंने आंसर किया इनको.
मुझे भी दे दीजिए और एक बार हमारे दर्शकों के.
मैंने तो आकाशदीप कहा था.
आकाशदीप. जसप्रीत बुमराह और आकाशदीप शुरुआत करेंगे. मोहम्मद सिराज वन चेंज आएंगे क्योंकि आकाशदीप को आपको नया बॉल देना पड़ेगा टू बी एबल टू मूव द बॉल. वो ज्यादा मूव करवाते हैं. ही इज इन टॉप शेप आफ्टर एजबेस्टन. इंग्लिश बैटर्स विल बी weary of the movement that Akashdeep got because of the and obviously Jasprit Bumrah from the other side. So this is a good Indian attack.
Yeah,
First
very
2
good.
hours this is a genuinely good Indian attack. देखिए अगर आप बॉलिंग कर रहे हो लॉर्ड्स में कंडीशंस, आपको पहला 2 घंटे में 3 विकेट लेना है. अगर आप लंच में ओपोनेंट 100 रन बना दिया 1 विकेट या बिना विकेट में, तब तो 500 550 बना के जाएगा इंग्लैंड. उससे ज्यादा भी कर सकता है. आपको पहला 2 घंटा आपको 100% यूज करना पड़ेगा 2 या 3 विकेट, तभी इंडिया इस मैच में कंट्रोल ले पाएगा. नहीं तो दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी गुड डेक टू बैट ऑन. ऑन दैट नोट शुड बी क्लोज द शो.
और मुझे लग रहा है एंड ऑफ द नोट हम ये करते हैं कि आज लिटिल मास्टर सचिन सुनील गावस्कर जी का जन्मदिन है और इंडियन टीम आज का दिन खत्म होते होते गावस्कर साहब को जरूर एक भेंट देगी इंग्लैंड को ऑल आउट करके.
वाह.
अगर ये हो जाता है तो सानी भाई विल बी द मोस्ट डिलाइटेड. कल से हम लोगों ने सानी भाई को बहुत बार विश किया है और अभी भी दोबारा करके खत्म करेंगे.
मेरे बर्थडे के
76
दिन तो
birthday.
इंडियन टीम ने मुझे गिफ्ट दिया था जीत के साथ, तो यहाँ पर भी हो सकता है.
100% हो सकता है. पहला 2 घंटा अगेन कीप द बॉल इन प्लेस, disciplined lines, stay patient, take your catches, do not drop them in the slips. There will be chances. We are back at lunch. Thank you very much for watching.